What's up guys, Chan the Barber back at it again. Today I have a haircut tutorial for you. This is going to be a mid-drop fade with a comb over. This is my friend Andrew. I'm at his studio space doing a little house call cut. So yeah, we're just going to start out. We're going to wet the hair and get it into the right section that we want. I'm going to clip it up and then I'm going to start working on the sides. Sectioning hair is really important, guys, especially for precision. The more that I'm learning about sectioning hair, it really is a game changer. Just being more precise and having a better outcome on the cut. So I'm going to debulk with the number 2 guard here. Just going around the head. For this tutorial, you're mainly just going to be seeing the right side, the work I'm doing on the right side, but that would apply for all around the head. We're just going up and not digging in, just going straight off the head. Once that's debulked, we're going to come in with our trimmers and we're going to make that bald guideline. So I'm trying to follow the guideline that I initially cut with the number 2 open. Trying to make this bottom line parallel to it. Usually you should be able to see it once you debulk. And I'm just going to clean that up. I also will note that I'm not going to be using a foil shaver on the bottom. I'm just going to be leaving it basically with what I cut with the trimmer. After that, you're going to go in with no guard open and make your first guideline up from the bald guideline. And I'm going up about a ½ inch. You can, tailor that however you want to the certain cut. You might want to make those a little stretched out. After that, you're going to basically do the same length as your first guideline, but now with the number 1 guard open. I'm just going up from there, making it about the same length, about a ½ inch. And you want these guidelines to be nice and following that same shape that you initially put in. So we're just going to make sure that they're nice and cut evenly. And once I have that guideline in, I'm going to take the ½ guard open. I'm going to start with it open. I might close it slightly just depending on what it's looking like, but very important not to dig in with the ½ guard. This is just blending up from the 1 into that 2. So be careful when you come up to the top portion to not dig in too much. Once I've done that, I'm going to take the ½ guard open. Going to go a little bit into that 1 to knock that line out. I'm going to close it to knock that even more, get it a little bit more softer. And once I've done that, I'll go back in probably with the 1 guard closed, just to soften it maybe a little bit more. But it's really important not to take that up too high. The ½ guard, you have to really work with it. It's not going to cut exactly like the other guards because it's smaller. You really have to work that guard in, but just be patient. So see, I have the one guard closed now, just kind of coming slightly. I'm not pushing that up too high, just kind of coming in slightly to soften that line up a little bit more. And then I will use the corners to detail. Detailing is really important in a fade. Usually you want to use the corners of your clipper to do that. As you can see there, I'm using the corner to just kind of go in and get some areas that are a little darker. Once I've done that and I'm pretty satisfied with it, then I'm going to come in with the no guard, and I am closing it slightly, probably halfway closing it, and I'm going to go up just a little bit, not going all the way the full guideline, just going slightly up with that half open. And once I've done that, then I'll close it fully to knock that bottom line out. And you want to be careful with that. Sometimes I'll use my corners, just depending on the area. Definitely don't want to go up too high when you are fully closed. But yeah, I'll go through in detail with no guard open, just using the corners in some darker areas. Once I've completed the fade, I'm going to do a little clipper over comb to just get that top portion blended really well. Basically just pushing the comb in and tilting it slightly, just seeing anything that's hanging over that's not matching up perfectly, and just knocking that out. Be very careful with clipper over comb. It does take some practice. You don't want to cut out more, so tilting the comb helps to guard you from that. Then I'm going to go in with my blending shears and just coming up and tapping on the ends to just soften that up even more. Now we're going to get into cutting the top. I'm basically just going to split his hair down the middle and pull it to each side, and I'm going to match up the top portion to what we've cut on the side. And I'm pulling out and just slightly tilting a little bit towards my chest, and just knocking anything that's hanging over. And I'll do this on the other side as well. Now we're going to come to the top, basically matching it up to the sides, and it's really just a little trim. We're not knocking too much off the sides. But it's important to follow your guidelines, and this is a traveling guide, so I'm just pulling everything back, seeing what is not matching up to the initial guide. Then we're going to blow dry the hair. And I didn't record, but you definitely want to use your trimmers to outline the hair in the front. You'll see it in a second where I have done that. Put some product in, work it in. Gonna tap that side again with the blending shears, just some areas that I saw where it wasn't fully blended. Just make sure it's a nice smooth blend. And that's the final cut. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and I'll see you next time.